And this is for all you 4.7 trashing guys. Take a 4.7, drop a 5.9 into a 2000 Dakota. You're going to find that your engine mount will not work. So here's a cheap and easy way. This is the original mount from the 4.7 out of my 2000 Dakota. And this right here was the original mount off of the 99 Durango, which I got the 5.9 from. Okay, first you see how I trim this out and cut it. The exact distance you need from this point to this point is 2¼ inches, which surprisingly works when you center the hole from center to center. When you put two of them together is 2¼ makes out a world of difference, except for the 4.7 mount has a different little shorter angle to it, and it has a simple plate for the driver's side mount. So therefore I kind of cut this down so it gives you room to get to the bolt, and you got plenty of room to weld and make it strong. I did leave enough of this mount coming up so you still got a lot of structure. Keeps everything boxed in on the back. And then you're going to make this little guy right here. This little guy, if you see the gap you got, you slide this in, put it flat on there. It's a little off center, but that'll work out to your advantage as you weld everything up. It gives you a little bit of a gap right there. But as you come down to the bottom, probably helpful to put like a little bit of a bevel on it, so that way you can grind that smooth around where the bolt's got to be against the block. But it fills in everything else. Got plenty of room for weld there. Weld on the inside. You still can get to all the factory bolts. And I did all this with a simple grinder. Plasma cutter's a little cleaner, but I wanted to prove a point. And then the other part of the mount where it attaches into your bell housing right here, this is what the original one looked like. If I get it around like that. And what I did is I came up just enough to give enough, like I paralleled this part of the mount, came into about right here, came in about a ½ inch, and then cut right down the side of the little bend right there that they stamp into it. So I didn't have too much of a lip, but I had a little bit left. And then the second mount that will mount in here, which I'll get to fabbing that here in a minute, it allows you for the two bolts that go straight in to the front differential, rather than the 99, 98, and the pre-2000s have this funky looking, like you have two bolts that are at different angles. So they're not really compatible there. But there's enough metal here, you cut it, build your little bracket that fits the two holes. You can either put nuts on it, tap it, whatever, and then you basically just put a little filler plate that'll connect the two. You can tack them, pull them back off, and there you go. There is an easy, simple, because finding the bracket to fit the 5.9 into a 2000 or slightly later, because of that whatever question Dodge wanted to do with that 4.7 piece of junk. But that right there is a pretty much cheap and easy way to do it. Got plenty of room. You can weld a seam there. You weld up that plate on the back. Got plenty of good weld you put on there. And that should keep everything all nice and tight and drop right in. I'll let you know how this turns out.